We're going to start our upper body warm up with arguably the most important area to address in the average person, and that's the thoracic spine. You want to start just at the bottom of your rib cage area, crossing your arms across your body and just pivoting back and forth, going back as far as you can whilst maintaining tension in your abs to try and make most of the movement occur through the thoracic spine. Do about 5 reps on each area before rolling up slightly on the roller and repeating that. Once you've done that, I always like to get my arms overhead just to challenge that thoracic extension a little bit more, and then just finishing with rolling the upper back. Side lying thoracic extension and rotation exercise. So for this one, position your knees at 90 degrees, keep your abs nice and tight, bring your arm over your head and around to the side, making sure that you're following your hand with your eyes. This is just going to help you to really open up through your back, trying to make sure that all the movement is happening through your upper back and you're not just rotating through your lumbar spine. With this plank, guys, it's a bit different to your conventional plank. You're going to really squeeze the hell out of every single muscle in your body. And we want to do this and create maximal tension in the plank for 20 seconds. You're drawing your forearms towards your feet, you're squeezing your quads, you're squeezing your glute, and really make everything tight. Make sure you're focusing on your breathing still. It should be very challenging for 20-second hold. Shaking is normal and expected, as you can see me shaking as well. The next logical step is to proceed onto some wrist mobility in all different directions. I've got an extensive wrist mobility guide on my YouTube channel. Just search Fitness FAQs wrist mobility for a complete in-depth guide to warming up the wrists, but I'll just show you a few different variations in this video. It's important that we get our scapula moving in a way which is going to be conducive for our training. So get in a push-up position and keeping your elbows straight, I want you guys to slowly lower yourself down into a retracted shoulder blade position. When you get to the end point, rise up, keeping your elbows straight, trying to separate your shoulder blades to the top of the movement, and repeat that in a controlled fashion for reps. Another core activation exercise that's preparing us for any overhead work that we're about to do is this alternating dead bug exercise. So when you alternate to the end range, I want you to hold it for 2 breaths in and out before swapping to the other side and repeating that for 5 reps each side. I always like to end this little sequence with a nice hollow body hold from anywhere from say 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on breathing and keeping your rib cage down. When you're doing your shoulder dislocates, guys, lie on your stomach, squeezing your glutes, making sure to elevate your shoulders before you bring the stick behind you, and simply reversing that motion when you come back over. Highly important to warm up your rotator cuff into external rotation prior to training. This is going to support you for the various different movements you're going to do and any overhead work. With your external rotations, keep your elbow by your side and you're purely rotating in an outwards direction. Band pull aparts are great for warming up your rear delts and your traps as well. To do this, you want to retract your scapula and then keeping your arms straight, bring your arms behind you as far as you can, getting a nice squeeze in the muscles on the back of your shoulder and in between your shoulder blades. The last thoracic mobility drill I like to do prior to training is a squat with thoracic extension and rotation. This is great because it gets the lumbar out of the movement and really forces you to work through your upper back, which is what we want. When I'm doing this one, I really try and think of keeping my abs nice and tight, chest high, and I'm always looking to follow my elbow with my eyes as I'm rotating around to really encourage that movement through the upper back. To do scap pulls correctly, grab the bar, keeping your elbows straight. You firstly want to try and retract your shoulder blades, followed by depressing them. So think of pulling your shoulder blades back and together, and then trying to pull them down into your pockets. The range of motion isn't huge, But when you do come up, I want you to hold the position for 5 seconds and repeat that for 3 to 5 reps. To do wall slides correctly, make sure that your lower back is flush against the wall, no arching. Then you're going to place your forearms up almost as if you're in a position where the police pulled you over and they said, "Hey, hold him up." From here, maintain contact with your arms against the wall, trying to go into an overhead position. I want you to stop when you feel like either your forearms are going to come off the wall or your lower back is going to arch. Thanks everyone for watching. Thumbs up the video. Leave me a comment below if you tried this warm-up routine, and I'll see you next week Friday for another video.